It's finally freaking happening. Been waiting for this, right? I always say it doesn't matter what you say, it's what you do. Results matter. The dam is finally cracking, the narrative collapsing, and the elites, well, scrambling like cockroaches in a spotlight. What happened? Oh, it involves the man on your screen. And now, announcing one of the first criminal investigations. This week couldn't get any more unhinged. But buckle up, because we got Attorney General Pam Bondi throwing down the Second Amendment gauntlet, Elon Musk scribbling a message that makes the internet go on fire, blue state mayors hyperventilating over the Constitution. James Kunzler recapped this so well because it doesn't only involve this prosecution that's starting. No, Tulsi Gabbard makes two major announcements, and we finally have what we've been waiting for. The Trump team just brought it out of the shadows, and the first real criminal investigation begins. And that's the story I'll bring you here in just 1 minute. I cannot wait to bring you this full story because it ties in everything that was happening in the shadows, but it's gone. What did Mike Pence say? No more government in the shadows, and Trump promised exactly that. But we have a little bit of housekeeping to do first, right? Pam Bondi just went full constitutionalist. No, this is no PR stunt. This is a memorandum for all departments launching a task force. President Trump has been, actually, she made the announcement here. Recapping it, President Trump has made protecting the Second Amendment rights a priority for his administration. As he explained, the Second Amendment is an indispensable safeguard of security and liberty because it is the foundation to maintaining all other rights held by Americans. So what's she going to do? To protect the Second Amendment rights of all Americans, one element of a comprehensive plan of action that I am proposing to the President, I am hereby creating a Second Amendment enforcement task force. What a novel thought, huh? Protecting the rights that we've been looking to be protected rather than having them eroded and stripped down for years now. And I can't wait to see how this takes shape. But a lot of stories taking shape now. Pentagon set up briefing for Musk on potential war. And don't worry, this is just to clean up before the main storyline. 3 major announcements. And if you thought, as I did for a while, nothing would ever happen, well, it is. But let's do this first. Pentagon set up briefing for Musk on potential war with China. Remember this storyline? Why the Pentagon scuttled its briefing of Musk on war plans. You wouldn't show it to a businessman, President Trump said, in denying that Elon Musk was to be briefed on top secret plans in the event of a war with China. It would be a conflict of interest, but that wasn't where the story ended. Because what does Elon Musk do? Roll over? Be quiet? Play nice? Nah. He sets the internet on fire in a baffling top secret message. Did you see it? I hope you did, because it's right there. Let me go full screen. 2 words on a notepad, and the internet goes on fire. What were the 2 words? None other than top secret. Gotta love the sense of humor, because if you don't laugh at this news cycle and have a little fun with it, you'll go crazy. Oh, but we have the main story, don't we? Just one of 3 main stories. Excited to bring it to you. New Jersey Governor Murphy backtracks on dare to ICE on his New Jersey home. What did he state specifically? Let's listen in here for a minute.
But there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get it to. And we said, you know what? Let's have her live at our house above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her.
Ooh, big words, huh? And why does so many people get aggravated? Because normally those words just fall on deaf ears and nothing ever happens. And so the left gets more emboldened. Because if there's never any repercussions for my actions, why would I stop? They just continue on because there never has been repercussions for their actions. But not so fast. because a major announcement now made on this case. And it was made by Alina Hava, because Trump is finally coming full circle to what you and I've been waiting for and what I've been requesting: results, investigations, arrests, prosecutions, because until that happens, nothing will change. Well, now he has put his proverbial money where his mouth is and launched 3. But before we go any further, Lisa wanted me to ask you a favor today. First, she wants you to double check that you're still subscribed to her channel. Go ahead and do it. Make sure your bell is checked all, or else you'll be alerted to no upcoming broadcasts. It's very important. Also, if you take a moment, subscribe to my channel. She'll put a link above. It means the world to us if you want to see us both on the platform that we purchased, we built, we bought. That is restrictedrepublic.com. It's a platform where there's no commercials, no interruptions, just Lisa and myself every day providing you not only all the broadcasts on every single platform we do them on, but the exclusive content only available there. I'll tell you, there has been hundreds on top of hundreds that have joined this week because now they realize the messages we've been providing for years, they're all coming true, huh? And you're going to find out more of what's come true as we go back into this broadcast. So make sure today, for Lisa, you go to restrictedrepublic.com. Monthly, annual subscriptions available, and best part, you can cancel anytime. But we want to have you a part of the family there. Come and join us. Now let's get back to this broadcast. The decades-long treasonous hectoring of Mr. Trump keeps on coming. You understand, for the simple reason that there have been absolutely zero consequences for any of the vicious rogues behind it. Not so much as a rap on the knuckles for everything they did to him. And what does that inspire? Well, why would they stop? And suddenly, this week, as startling as a mythic goddess of justice riding on a spring zephyr, comes a brisk demonstration of exactly what to do and what we've been waiting for. And it all involves Governor Phil Murphy, who I showed you, the one who said basically daring ICE to come in, then tries to backtrack. Well, it appears now it's too late. Finally, U.S. Attorney Hava investigating New Jersey governor over immigration enforcement policy, and that is what you need to do. You put something out there, somebody's got to call you on it. And that would normally be enough, right? Nah, not quite. Because many things have happened. The reason the Democrat polls and their activist agents fuel a mule about retribution is because they know they are guilty. This is James Howard Kunzler who wrote this amazing article. I want you to make sure you read it. We'll put a link in the description box below. Important article to read. It's because they know they are guilty of so many manifest crimes against the country and against decency that a fair system would have jailed or, well, done much worse stuff to them. But they've evaded any reckoning whatsoever. Well, until these announcements start coming out. Why do Democrats feel so emboldened? Because anything they've done in the muse of retribution, nothing ever happens. It just carries on. And we're only hitting the tip of the iceberg of things that need to be explored. I'm still waiting for who the pipe bomber was, the further investigation into J6, Hunter Biden's laptop investigation, Crossfire Hurricane investigation, Russiagate. Oh, it's all going to come out. And for a moment, we didn't know when. Until you go on whitehouse.gov and you realize it started. Presidential actions, have you noticed them recently? You may hear a little bit about it if the mainstream media actually covered it, but they're not covering it because it's going to get a lot of people in trouble. Trump went on a spree this week addressing risks associated with an egregious leaker and disseminator of falsehoods. Miles Taylor stoked dissension by manufacturing sensationalist reports on the existence of a supported resistance within the federal government about to undermine and render ineffective a sitting president. And so Trump puts out an executive order against it, not the only one, addressing risks from Chris Krebs' government censorship. Krebs, the former head of the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, is a significant bad faith actor who weaponized and abuses government authority. He was involved, according to this, with misconduct about censorship of disfavored speech implicating the 2020 election and the COVID-19 pandemic, and Trump puts an executive order against him. Then he goes further. Addressing risk from Sussman Godfrey. Lawyers and law firms engaged in activities detrimental to critical American interests should not have access to our nation's secrets, so he pulls their security clearance. But more is coming. And that goes to Tulsi Gabbard. Because we have multiple things happening at one time. Not only Hoppa's investigation of Murphy, no. Listen in here for 1 minute.
I've got a long list of things that we're investigating. We have the best of the best going after this. Election integrity being one of them. We have evidence of how these electronic voting systems have been vulnerable to hackers for a very long time and vulnerable to exploitation to manipulate the results of the votes being cast, which further drives forward your mandate to bring about paper ballots across the country so that voters can have faith in the integrity of our elections.
Did you hear it right? We have evidence. That's Tulsi Gabbard. We can bring back faith. Tulsi Gabbard just announced at the cabinet meeting that her office has obtained evidence of massive vulnerabilities on voting machines that allow hackers to, well, change everything, huh? Finally, actions are being put behind words. And then she makes a secondary announcement.
And lastly, we've been scanning. I've had over 100 people working around the clock to scan the paper around RFK, Senator Robert F. Kennedy's assassination, as well as Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. These have been sitting in boxes in storage for decades. They have never been scanned or seen before. We'll have those ready to release here within the next few days.
It's happening. The wave we've been waiting for is happening. Tulsi Gabbard drops a bombshell confirming her team is working to uncover long-hidden JFK assassination files that were buried with the hopes they would never be found. Now, the action that I'm looking for is for them to actually be released. Biden administration concealed congressional mandated report on earliest suspected American COVID cases. This also coming out in the wash. This report, but Justice, it says December of 2022. And I swear you were able to find it many years ago, which we were, but the American public was not. Until recently, when elements of it now released, has not conducted or opened an investigation in connections between the outbreak of COVID-19 and the 2019 World Military Games. However, it was not uploaded to a public-facing government website until late March of this year, and I wonder why. Finally, some good journalists out there doing great work, because if they did really, really great work, they realized this report was already out with some stunning accusations in it. And so, what has happened? Chris Wray comes out. Oh, now our position on this whole thing has kind of changed. But where's the... Who's involved in all this? Oh, that's right. Public enemy number one, and who Trump is now laser focused on, right? China. I know the storyline just keeps coming around and coming around because it needs to. Bombshell DOD DIA report suggests Biden Pentagon suppressed COVID-19 origins investigation. But it was this story here. This story by James Howard Kunzler that I want you to read. It was called The Wicked Flee. And I'll give you a very quick recap of what this states. We have been waiting, according to James Kunzler, for years and years of watching a corrupt elite skate by without so much as a slap on the wrist. The tide just shifted. No more hiding, no more immunity, no more playing dumb while the country burns down. This week, as I just covered for you, actually in the last 24 to 48 hours, justice cracked through the rot like a hammer to glass. And Trump, he didn't just hint at it. He is the one who unleashed it. And this is the reckoning. The decade-long treasonous hectoring of Mr. Trump keeps on coming for the simple reason that there have been absolutely zero consequences, he states. None. Zero. Nada. Not for the coup attempts, not for anything with the election, not for robbing the Treasury blind, or for framing innocents with total impunity. They knew they can get away with it because they owned the system. But this has now obviously changed. with Alina Habba going after Governor Murphy, with now Tulsi Gabbard announcing files are coming out. Also going to look at those voting machines because we have evidence. This was a brisk demonstration, according to Kunstler, a brisk demonstration of exactly what to do. But follow through will be the imperative part. These just can't fall on deaf ears. Christopher Krebs, Miles Taylor, Sussman Godfrey, elections, JFK files. But these are just outliers. Russiagate, impeachment number 1, COVID, BLM riots, Hunter Biden laptop, J6, pipe bomber. We got a lot more work to do, don't we? And what happens if they sew this all together into the biggest RICO case that anyone's ever seen? Because if you're able to tie multiple parts or multiple stories together, it becomes much larger. And remember what they also reopened and read. Crossfire Hurricane. What Trump is doing is a rapid release of multiple pieces of information. Multiple now investigations and pulling of security clearances so the apparatus can't disrupt what's happening. All these pieces exist on the outside right now. And as they converge, and some of them are linked together, folks, everything changes. Why aren't you hearing about this? Because we're some fringe broadcasting network? No. Because the mainstream media is silent. It is deafening, which tells me, as it always does, Trump is right on the vein of truth, and it's all about to come out in the wash. Hope that sets the course of your weekend on a very positive note. On behalf of Lisa and me, we love you all for being here. I can't wait to see you blow up the comments with what you think, because it's critical that we continue this discourse so people don't lose faith. The machine has just been fired up completely, and I am proud to bring it to you today. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justice Knight, signing out.